broke a little bit earlier than me. Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing, where you join me on in Paris, but you join me for what is my race weekend. This is a video where you're going to see how I get on in my first race back in professional racing. We are currently still on the track here in Paris. Look at this, look at this. It's all been closed off and we're nearly ready for the off. It's mad that the whole of Paris basically has been shut off for this race. It's incredibly exciting. I'm competing in the Jaguar I-Pace Trophy with the support of Michelin, and today is the first practice day. So today is the day where we prepare, we get to shake down the car, we get to do setup, I get to do setup changes with the engineer, and then there's the official practices later on tonight. We don't actually know what the weather's going to be doing, so hopefully the weather holds up. Yeah, it's nice at the moment, it's really nice at the moment. But obviously we hope that it will stay like this. And then we go into qualifying, which is at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking that the track's going to be a little bit damp, but hopefully we would have had our setup sorted by then. And then later on the Saturday, it is the race, which is roughly half an hour long. So we're going to see how we get on. But what we're going to do first is I've got a lot of sort of admin things to do this morning, press conferences, etc. And then after that, it will be the shakedown and then practice and everything else. So what I'm going to do, go and have some breakfast, get this underway. I'm nervous, thinking that this is all kicking off in like a couple of hours is very cool. And yeah, so let's go and get some breakfast, enjoy the day, let's go racing. Right, here we go. It's time for the first shakedown session. So just getting ready for this. So this session's 20 minutes long. Basically just going to learn the track and learn a little bit more, obviously, of the car. And then it'll be the official practice after that.
You're going to be flying. I want minimum one overtake in the first session.
Mate, it's practice.
Yeah, we don't worry about that. We're always racing.
It was practice. We can't worry about that. Free session. Cheers, man. See you later. See you later.
Good luck.
We're here. This is a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, there's all the grid.
Pre-grid, mate. Pre-grid before we get going. So yeah, I'm just going to try and get as much free space as I can, really. And if you're wondering why I'm starting last, it's done in championship order. So that's why in practice I'm going out last. And then how you finish in your first practice is how you start the next one, basically. There she is. Look at it. There she is. Sat there. Look at her, sat there. This is my mechanic. I haven't introduced you. He's a legend, this man. So he's going to look after me for the whole weekend. Keep him on peace, haven't we? So we just jumped out for the first session. We're P1 for a bit, were we, Patrick?
Oh yes, B-roll coming up.
Not meaning to swear, but no, it was good. And like learning the track as well was not too bad. And like, we're not slow.
Nobody's slow, mate. It's fast racing.
No, but
it's
we're
so
not,
tight.
It was interesting because Stefan, who is my teammate, he's been racing it all year, and we were kind of towing each other. And I just jumped in, and we were like neck and neck, which is pretty good. Mate. I think we're going to be alright. I'll be back.
Here he is.
We're going for last practice now. So this is last practice. Tomorrow might actually be wet, apparently. So we're going to go out. We're going to. Now I know where the time is. Like I just had a meeting with my engineer, and we basically were just going through all of the little things, and steering, which I'm used to in most normal cars, you have to be on the brake or on the power, there's no like in between, and that's really weird. And my data, I was doing a little bit of both, so there's probably a lot of time in that as well. But in terms of VIP drivers that have done this race before, I'm up there. I just need to put it all together. So let's see how we get on in this session. We have 40 minutes to do it, so we'll have a stop in between, do pressures and things. But yeah, we're starting obviously higher up for practice this time because we finished higher up. We'll see how it goes.
Thanks, mate.
Welcome aboard. You now join me for a couple of laps in free practice of this Paris track. Going into turn 1, keeping the car to the left, little dab on the brake, straight into the apex, back on the power all the way up to the wall on the left-hand side. Bottom right-hand side of your screen, you'll see my throttle position, my braking position, my RPM. Top right-hand side, you will see my current and best lap time. On the brakes, after the zebra crossing, turning in, the car's moving around. Bring the car back to the right to open up this very narrow left. Clip the apex all the way out to the wall. We're very, very close to the wall there. Braking as we turn, getting the nose in for this apex is tricky. And then a little dab on the brakes for this left, and then back on the power all the way out to the wall on the right. We're going to have a slight lift here and a little dab on the brakes, and braking for the hairpin. We brake, we turn in, and we power and let the car run all the way out, because the exit here is absolutely crucial. I'm looking down at my lap time, seeing if I'm up, seeing if I'm down. And we're going to brake just at the 50 marker board for this tight right-hander. There it is on the left, brake all the way on the brakes, turning in, trying to avoid the wall on the left-hand side. It's very, very narrow here. This chicane is pretty quick. We have a full lift. We get into the apex on the inside, and then we're braking for this left, get the apex there. And then the final corner, we're just keeping the car all the way to the inside. That's where the grip is. And here, we're just about to clip the wall. I take too much curb, and we clip the wall on the right-hand side with the mirror. As you can see, the mirror is currently hanging off, but we're straight back on the power. I'm not letting that distract me. Look right-hand side. The mirror is going to go. And there it goes, but we don't need that. I'm going to brake a little bit later here for turn 3. The 50 marker board, bang, straight on the brakes after zebra crossing, turning it in. I'm taking more speed in. I'm straight back on the power. Brake, turning in earlier, but braking later, but trying not to clip that wall. We are within inches of the walls around here, around Paris. Turning as we brake, and this time I get that apex, which is going to allow me to get on the throttle a little bit earlier. And then we're straight back on the power all the way out, trying to keep the car outside the wall here. As we turn in, we're right alongside the wall. We're going to brake a little bit earlier because we're going to get on this apex. And as we turn in, we can just power earlier there. And then the exit is just better. Going down, all the way down into this, on this straight to the 50 marker board. We're going to brake a little bit later than the lap before. Braking hard, bang on the brakes. And then turning in, we can take more speed than we think there. And then here, we're going to have a little dab on the brake just to get the nose in. And then it just gets in a lot nicer. And that is a lap, because I'm bailing out of this lap because I'm heading into the pit lane to do a couple of changes with my engineers. And that is a few laps of Paris.
Mate, that was fast.
We're on it. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm pushing so hard. And we had a slight contact with the wall there, with my first contact, which I will show you in a minute. Like, the thing is, I knew we were going to start hitting walls and stuff because you're just pushing it that hard. Ended up P7. Out of like 15, something like that, 14, which is good, you know. Like, if it's not necessarily the position, because you have Pro Amateur at the back and then you have Pro at the front. At that session alone, I was 4 tenths of a second off the guy who won the first race of the year. Second in the championship, so it is nothing. Like, we are absolutely on it. I'm sweating like mad. Yeah, I'm so every single wall I'm like within inches, and then we clipped one of the walls. Welcome to the first contact of the weekend. As you can see, I was coming out of the final turn, and I was getting on the power, and yeah, like clipped it and lost the mirror. First shunt of the weekend. Anyway, but yeah, that's how that. But the mirrors are fine. Like, you can clip the mirrors all day long. I mean, it sounds like ridiculous, but honestly, like, a few drivers are clipping mirrors against walls because we're just trying to maximise the amount of track. So I saw it sort of hit, and then I saw it dangle down, and then it went. But who needs mirrors? We're going forwards. So yeah, it's all go. But I think there's probably 3-4 attempts in it, which will then put me on exactly the same pace as the guy that obviously won the second race. And then if we're like we're P6 going into going into the race, anything can happen. We're in the mix, we're in the battle. So red and nice.
Need to get a good night's sleep tonight, mate.
Yeah, Tony's just about to arrive, isn't he? So I'm going to give him a tour of the car.
It's going to be carnage.
But yeah, what we're going to do now is me and my engineer Mukesh, we're going to go and we're going to sit down and we're going to do a lot of work. Probably next 2 hours I'm going to be studying the data, studying where I can go quicker, and studying tomorrow a setup for the wet if it's wet, and it looks like it's going to be wet. And the race, we're racing tomorrow and it's an absolute free-for-all, so we're in the mix. Okay, so you now join me for race day. Welcome everybody to race day. This is the day we're going racing on Archie Hamilton Racing. I'm a bit excited. Anyway, let's get cracking. As you can see, I don't know whether you can see, but maybe we look at Show a Puddle over there. It's raining. Oh God. So all the work we did yesterday, being up there well in practice and stuff like that, we are now starting again. Everything starts from scratch now, and everyone is on a total level playing field. The car changes, the setup changes. You can probably see in here things are changing. All the wheels are off the car. You can see it's all plugged in, it's all being charged. And yeah, we're going to put like sort of more of like a wet setup on it, and then just send it in qualifying. Really, I've never driven this car in the wet for qualifying, which starts in the next half an hour, and then we just go for it basically. I don't know what else to say. It's more, I'm just going to be absolutely pushing on as much as I can, and then hoping for the best. But I think it is a bit of a leveler. Obviously I've not driven it in the wet, that's not much of a leveler. Why am I making up excuses? But yeah, I've never driven it in the wet. At least I've driven it in the dry. Same rules apply, but just push, and we'll wait and see what happens. I think from me to the front guys, in terms of the top three, it is a bit of a leveler, because they obviously had their data from yesterday. I had my data, but they obviously had a little bit of an edge on me. That all starts again, and they've got to learn the track in the wet and weigh braking points, because everything changes in terms of we're racing around the streets of Paris, so braking points change. You have painted curbs, they turn to ice instantly, just because obviously they're painted. You're braking on like zebra crossings, they're painted. Don't brake on the zebra crossing, brake offline, don't brake online. All these things which you have to know, and yeah, like I've said before, like one error and you're going to be in the wall. So we're going to get ready soon. Mechanics obviously all getting it all ready. Tyres are going on. We've got roughly 12 minutes before I need to be in the car, so I better go get changed. Let's do this!
Duncan Hamilton, who won Le Mans in 1953. What car he was driving? He's a Jaguar factory drive. And Archie has tested this car in Cabrera a couple of weeks ago. He is now making his way around the final couple of, turn 8 and 9 he's at now, isn't he? But he himself has raced single-seaters in his youth.
He's still young. He did a lot of endurance racing himself as well. And I mean, he's done a few laps before on another circuit, but that's the special thing about this Jaguar I-Racing Trophy Championship as well. They always race as a support series to Formula E. So always on these non-permanent street circuits. It's very different from any other, let's say, regular track. You obviously are surrounded by walls, so any mistake is immediately end of session. And you've got to negotiate all these different types of tarmac, patches, repairs, white lines, everywhere.
Yeah, the white lines are causing chaos in the Formula E section of the road. It just seems a little drier now for the Jaguars. There comes
Tony, how do you reckon he's going to do? Give me your prediction, son.
He's going to win.
He's going to win?
Yeah.
You go for a podium, are we?
Podium. It's fair, don't put too much pressure on him.
Right, we're off to the grid. It's time to go racing. I've not spoken to you guys yet about qualifying, so basically we're running P4, P5 for the whole session. I'm out of breath. I was actually trying to go to the toilet. Run P4, P5 the whole session. Ended up 9th because I ended up clipping the wall. My front right clipped the wall and it was like a drying track, which wasn't ideal, but then it just hit my steering out and basically everyone was going quicker on the last lap, and it was the last lap where everyone did their best time, and on that lap my steering was a bit bust, but we were P4 in the wet, so we're quick. We just need to now make some positions up in the race because we've got the speed, we just have to convert it now.
What are we doing?
Signing.
Get the signing. He's your favourite driver?
Signature of the proper racing driver. One of the girls. anyone that's finished, that's qualified in the top 4.
Can I visit you want an autograph, Tony? You're my idol. You want an autograph? Yeah, we can do a photo, Tony. Thank you, sir. You're very kind.
To sign.
Is that you? Can I just grab that a minute, please? Moment it started drying up, we were in a bit of a disadvantage, and so literally last lap just tumbled down. So let's see how we get on. I think we're going to be okay. Let's see. Let's just start to expect, really. Go.
In the rig.
You join me inside, sat on the pre-grid. This is it basically. I'm not going to be mic'd up for the race, so yeah, I want to kind of focus and make some progress forward. So yeah, it's going to be fun. We've got places to make up, so yeah, we're going for it. It's just this is a pre-grid, and then we'll do one formation lap, and then it will be green from there. But yeah. I get a bit quiet at this point, don't I?
Yeah, you're concentrating there.
Yeah, and like people are gonna be like, "What's wrong with him?" I'm like, super quiet.
You're normally pretty ecstatic and energetic, but this is very relaxed, very focused.
Yeah, we're starting on the outside as well. So turn one, maybe we just launch it around the outside. I don't actually know yet. All depends on my getaway. If my getaway is good, then I'll go for some sort of bold move and see what happens. You got to get a move on, and there's a chance of rain as well. Like rain's predicted also, so if it rains, and it's all in my favour because we're quick in the wet. So let's go.
All 5 lights are on, and away we go in Paris. Pretty decent start from all of the field. Looks as though Brian Sellers moves over straight away to cover off Kaka Bueno. Stefan Radzinski got a decent start, but he could get blocked out here by Jimenez. Just about gets out of the way. Round the outside goes Catherine Legg, which is a brave move, and I think she's pulled it off. Here we go on board with Archie Hamilton. Oh, has he gone for it?
Oh god. That was a slight incident basically. We got a good start, and then the drivers in front broke a little bit earlier than me. Yeah, it broke a little bit earlier than me, and then one hit one, and then I hit him, and that was one instant, which then knocked the bumper. Then I was trying to work my way back up. I put it down the inside, clearly down the inside as well, and the driver just turned in on me and broke my steering. So that was that. So the steering arm bent, and when the steering arm bent, and that was that. I might have sworn on TV as well, briefly, so I apologise to anyone that watched that live. My frustration was I just wanted to get a good result, really. And then obviously we crashed into the other car. Basically, the moment when I just put it down the inside, I was just hoping, please don't turn in. And the driver turned in, and it just bent the steering. And then it looks a lot worse than it is. Let me tell you that much. It's a steering arm.
Yeah, and a broken bumper, that was it really,
steering arm
wasn't it?
and a broken bumper. You know, it's not as bad as it was, and you know, I've just had a bit of bad luck all weekend, to be honest with you. Obviously I wanted to get a good result for everyone at home that supported this journey, and sorry I couldn't have done that, to be honest, but because obviously I wish I could have. But it's been a good weekend apart from this. We've been quick, we've been on the pace, and a lot of people have been saying, you know, you're the quickest VIP driver that's sort of come on the grid, which is like really nice, really cool. We're like proper drivers, so a lot of people said that to me. Just the race didn't just go my way, and half of it was qualifying. I've already had a beer, maybe a few more tonight.
Yeah, we'll have a few beers. Relax your nerves.
Yeah, it's a shame, but hopefully we'll be back. We've got a lot of stuff coming up with, you know, stuff with the sim and different pieces which are coming up, and I've got different offers on the table to go about racing as well. So we'll be back. It's not ideal. little bit of repairs to do. But apart from that, thank you all so much, obviously, for the support. I really, really, really do appreciate it. I've read every single message. It's been amazing. But let me just thank the main people who have been part of this, and that is obviously Michelin. They're absolute legends and heroes for getting me back on the grid, and I will always be forever thankful. Jaguar as well. Patrick behind the lens, and all my team which are behind me, family, and you guys at home. It's been an amazing journey. Sorry.
I mean, mate, you said it wasn't broken much, but they're hitting it with a hammer, so.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. Anyway, thank you all so much. Sorry I couldn't deliver the result we wanted. Hopefully we'll be back. Yeah, that's all I can say. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all very soon.